Well, here's our view from the front. We are completely snowed in. So we got a phone call from our Weight Watcher leader. She said that our meeting was canceled, but we got to talk to her on the phone. And today's topic was about stress. And stress is your reaction to things you can't control. And we can't control the weather. We can't control Mother Nature. That's for sure. Ken and I got to talk to Sheila, our Weight Watcher leader, on the phone, and we kind of had a little mini meeting. And she was talking about this week's topic, which I took notes, so I'm going to refer to them: overcoming stress. And I was like, oh my gosh, Sheila, I have a story for you. Every week she always asks what we did the previous week that we're proud of. And I had a moment that was very proudful. I'm very proud. And what happened was our neighbor next door, she rents out, she has an apartment over her garage. She rents out to the residents at the local hospital. So he called over here and he said, could you take me to the hospital? My car's in the shop. And he's a little resident. He's like, doing his internship or whatever. I said, oh yeah, I can take you. So I dropped him off at the hospital, and I thought, I want to be productive, and I'm just going to run into the little Quick Mart and pick up a gallon of milk and then head home. Well, I went in to get the gallon of milk. When I got out to the car wouldn't start. Talk about a stressful moment. I don't do anything with cars. That's Ken's genre. And he was in Albany with the boys, so I couldn't call him to come rescue me. So I kind of had to deal with it myself. So I did talk to him on the phone, and he said, we have free towing, call them, they'll have the car towed to the house, and I'll deal with it, later. So that's what I did. When I talked to the tow truck driver, he said it would be 40 minutes. And so I knew that help was on the way. So kind of alleviated some of the stress. But as I waited for him in the car, it started to get really cold. So I decided to go into the mini mart. And when I got in there to kind of warm up, I became very acutely aware that I was surrounded by Hershey chocolate bars and potato chips and soda pop. And I was just like, oh my gosh, And I really, in that moment, I really was going to turn to those corn chips, the ones that are the spiral ones, the barbecue ones. They were right there. And I was just like, I wanted to give in so badly, And I just thought, no, just take a breath, take a deep breath. And I did. I took 3 of them, actually. And I told myself, this is going to pass. This is just a moment. I'm feeling stressed because of the car. And when I was in the car, I also want to mention this, I had plugged in my phone so I could charge it, and I knew that there must be something wrong with the electrical because it was draining my phone. So I ended up with only 2% on my phone. So then I was stressed about that. I was thinking, what if the tow truck driver tries to call me? He can't get me, because my phone's dead. So, see, I'm getting stressed just telling you guys about it. But anyway, I'm in the store, and I just thought to myself, let's find the blessing in this. I'm not stranded on the side of the road. I'm here in a safe environment. I have help coming on the way. I'm out of the elements. I had purchased a bottle of water, which I was drinking. And I thought, even if I have to use the ladies' room, there's a ladies' room here. I'm not on the side of the road somewhere. I have so much to be thankful for. And I just started to just kind of replace that stress with positive things, telling myself, I'm in a good situation. I got help coming. They're going to tow it to the house. I'm good. I have no control whether the car is going to start or not, but I do have control of how I feel about it. So I told Sheila about it. She was all proud. She's a proud mama. I'm her baby. And so we talked about that. And then Sheila also talked to Ken and I about other stressors, like long-term chronic stressors. She knows that our family provide care to my mom who's on hospice, and she was telling me, I was so surprised that 2/3 of Americans face chronic long-term stress, whether it's caring for an elderly parent like we do, or you're a stay-at-home mom and you have several young children at home. It could be a situation that you have chosen for yourself, that it's loving, but it can be stressful, you know? And I remember when Ken babysat 3 of the boys when they were younger, and he ran out of diapers and I was at work. When I came home, I found that he had taken several rolls of paper towels and used them to create a diaper liner and then duct taped the diaper because he ran out of diapers. And the thought of taking 3 small children to the store never crossed his mind. Fortunately, I had stopped on the way home because I knew we were running low, and I picked up milk and bread and some diapers. So I was the superhero that day. But here's this man who was in charge of a whole police station and all those people and running that department, could not take on taking 3 children to the grocery store. It's kind of funny. Whatever our stressors are, you know. So, you know, being a stay-at-home mom with small children, it can be stressful, you know, day in and day out. I get it. You know, whether you're going through a time when you're having financial problems, you're unemployed or underemployed, so many companies are cutting back hours that it's causing stress, you know. Whatever those situations are, you have to sublimate. You have to try not to go towards food, because 2/3 of Americans have been doing this and are overweight because of this. Try to sublimate another behavior, whether it's going for a walk, listening to some music and going and cleaning the house, you know, doing something productive. And also changing your self-talk. Try to remember to think of all of those wonderful things that you're thankful for. Even when we have a stressful day with my mom, you know, she's not doing well, I always tell myself, you know, I'm so thankful that I am here today, right now, in this moment, and having that totally intimate time with her. There's nothing more intimate than taking care of an elderly parent and knowing that she's safe and she's getting good care, and that I would never change it for anything in the world, even the days when I feel the stress of chronically caregiving. So always try to find the golden lining, the blessings in that stressful situation. And Sheila pointed out, she said, you know what? When you're in a stressful situation that you don't have control over, worrying about it or eating a couple of cookies or, you know, those spiral chips, it's not going to help the situation, because the stressor is still going to be there. So that's what we talked about in our mini Weight Watcher meeting today. And you guys have a wonderful week, and try to be mindful of your stressors, you know, and the things that you don't have control over. In my opinion, I give them to the big guy above. That's what I do. Anyway, you guys take care. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you later. You can see how much snow we got in the back. Probably at least 6 inches. And it's supposed to snow here for the next 24 hours. Nothing like the storm that's hitting the northeast coast in Boston. Our prayers go out to everyone there.